Hi everybody, welcome back to the kitchen. I'm here today with one of my favorite recipes anyhow. I was going to wait until the fall to do this one, but I had some pumpkin puree there that I needed to use up. So here I am with my favorite pumpkin muffins. I love it in the fall when Tim Hortons have their pumpkin muffins, and these are they're not exactly like Tim Hortons, but they are a little similar in flavor. I think they're more delicious, in my opinion. Anyhow, I'm going to show you how to make them now. I'll go through the ingredients as we go. So we're going to sift the ingredients, the dry ingredients, sorry, not all the ingredients, just the dry ones. So in here, I have 4.5 cups of regular all-purpose flour. That right in the bowl. And I'm going to put in 3 cups of sugar. This sounds like a lot. This makes a lot of muffins, and they freeze very, very, very well. And yeah, that's if they make it to the freezer. They're super delicious, honestly. So the sugar is going to go in there. We have 3 teaspoons of baking soda. Well, I got the same plastic on the soda as the powder, so we're just going to do that together. So 3 teaspoons of baking soda, a teaspoon of baking powder. I'm just using, the magic one that works every time. We're going to put our spices in. 3 teaspoons of ground cloves, 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon, 3 teaspoons of ground nutmeg, 1.5 teaspoons of allspice, and then 1.5 teaspoons of salt, which I'll add in a minute. These are my spices, they're going in. Every time I bake and I need nutmeg, I actually buy the whole, I don't know if it's called the bean or what. It looks like this. And then I just use like my little grater, and I just kind of, grate that in there. I did it ahead of time because I needed the full 3 teaspoons, so it took a couple minutes. Well, not a couple minutes, a minute for sure. Anyhow, we got that in there with 1.5 teaspoons of salt, and I'm just going to, mix that together. Said to sift it. I didn't bring my sifter. I'm just going to mix it around with my spoon, which will be fine. I've made these tons of times, and everybody loves them. And I like them for snacks and different things, and my husband likes to bring them to work for his snacks, and whatever. We're just, combining all the dry. Make sure you kind of, get it well combined, because you don't want like a big piece of nutmeg or whatever in there, biting into a piece of cinnamon or whatever. I can see mine is not done yet. Almost. Make sure you get right down into the bottom of your bowl as well. That makes a difference. Now, in another bowl, I'm just going to kind of move this aside a little bit. We're going to, I think I'm going to use my large measure as my bowl, because you'll see that's going to go into the dry in a minute. What we need now is a can of pure pumpkin, not the pumpkin pie filling. It's got to be the pure pumpkin, and this is a 796 ml can. I took out a couple tablespoons for my puppy dogs. You don't have to, but I always do. So yeah, I'm going to put that in there. Pumpkin is super good for you, especially for your digestive system. Anytime, even dogs, if you have a dog or with an upset stomach, pumpkin is absolutely wonderful. So pumpkin's in here. We're going to add 1 cup full of vegetable oil. I'm just using sunflower oil today. And check out this old measuring cup I got at a yard sale this past weekend. It has 3 pour spouts. I've never seen one like it in my life. It's super old because the glass is yellowed a little bit. Anyway, I just wanted to share. You know how I love my yard sales. Yeah, so we're going to add a whole cup of that. Slowly but surely. And bring your measuring cup right up to your eye when you're measuring. That ensures you get a very even amount, or the correct amount every time. Because if you put it down here and look at it, lots of times it's not the same. So my oil is going in there with the pumpkin. And now we need 4 large eggs or 5 small to medium eggs. What I'm going to do, I had a couple of extra large eggs, and then I had some nice brown eggs that were just large. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use 4 eggs and the egg yolk of 1. And I'll tell you why I'm going to do that, because after I'm going to put some seeds on the top, some pumpkin seeds, and I like to coat them with some egg whites so they're nice and shiny when they go in, you know, when you take them out of the oven, they're still pretty shiny. Yeah, so first thing first, I'm going to separate my egg yolk from the white. You can easily do that by just, you know, tipping it back and forth like that. Another thing you can do, which I'm not going to because I didn't bring another cloth other than a dry one, you could just put your hand there and lay the yolk right in there, and that will, yeah, the white will just go down into the bowl, and there goes my recipe right on the floor. Anyhow, so there's 1 yolk, and then I'm going to continue to add the rest of the eggs. I almost put the whole egg in my bowl. Be careful not to do that. That's because, as you know, I like to put my eggs in another bowl first, just in case you get a little piece of shell or something, because, yeah, that's disgusting. Especially if you bite into a shell. Look how gorgeous that egg is. Yeah, into the bowl. Pop all those in there. I'm actually going to throw all the shells, not all of them, into compost, some of them, and some of them I will wash out, and I dry them out in my air fryer, and they're great for keeping the slugs and snails and stuff out of your garden from eating your, you know, your vegetables, your cabbages and lettuce and different things. I was out yesterday, we had some rain, and I was out in the morning. I went down to empty my compost, and I saw slugs everywhere, so I took that bucket and yeah, collected me some slugs before they start to procreate in the garden. Now, that is my 4 eggs plus an egg yolk. What I need to do now is beat this together. Lightly. You don't need to beat it too much. You're only combining it really. So, here we go. Oh, I love this quiet mixer. It's a lot nicer. You can turn it off a bit. I haven't grown any pumpkins yet. That's something I definitely think I'm going to try my hand at one of these days. I sure like to decorate them Halloween, that's for sure. I've actually made my own pumpkin puree. I just, you know, cut the pumpkin right in half, baked it upside down in the oven, you know, seam side down, and yeah, I pureed it up and put it in the freezer, and it was great for the dogs and everything else. Now, I'm just going to, you know me, scrape off my scrapers. I really want to bang that off the thing, but I won't for your ears. Put them aside. So now what I'm going to do is add the wet. There's my oven to the dry. And what I'll do is just kind of you know, like I did with the buns, make a little well in the center. And I'm just going to take that and put it right in there. If you don't have one of these spatulas, you should totally get one. It's amazing how much stuff is left in the bowl if you don't. Now, if you could only smell these now, like they're so wonderful already. I think, now you can mix this by hand or you can mix it with a mixer. I think I'm just going to use my hand for now. Gently just folding it around, combining all the ingredients, and it might take a minute because it makes, like I said, it makes a lot of muffins, a lot of delicious muffins. Yeah, so great with a cup of tea or coffee or nothing at all, just delicious. And I'm making sure that I'm scraping the bottom of my bowl, because look, when you scrape the bottom of the bowl, you'll get a lot more underneath. Great exercise for the bingo wings. Now, oh, look, I thought I was almost there, and I still have more dry ingredients to incorporate, so here we go with the elbow grease. Anyhow, yeah, I think I'm pretty good there now because I'm going to add some other things. And I think I'm working up a sweat. Look at the redness. Anyhow, what I need to do now is add some, I'm going to add a cupful of cinnamon chips. And if you haven't seen cinnamon chips before, I'm going to show you, because I hadn't seen them before. And Michelle Antle, she used to be my sister-in-law's old boss. Anyway, she told me about them. She made these scones with them, so I thought I would try them in my muffins. But look at them. They're like little tiny, kind of granular, I guess. And they taste really sweet, like, not really sweet, but like, you know, if you tasted the middle of a cinnamon roll, kind of like that. So what I need to do now is I'm going to add about a cupful of these. Maybe a little bit more. As you see, there's some pouring out over. I probably could have pre-measured them ahead of time, but oh well. So yeah, that's about a cupful there. I'm going to put them in there. I'm also going to put some cranberries. I love cranberries and pumpkin together. I'm not sure how much, so I'm just going to, yeah. I usually just throw in a few handfuls, so I'll kind of measure them for you. I'm thinking it's about a cup. Yeah, about a cup. A little bit over maybe. No need to be particular. Can you believe I said that? No need to be particular, Miss Particular Me. I'm going to add some pumpkin seeds. These are just Joe's pumpkin seeds. You can buy them at Walmart. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add just a few inside, and then I'm going to have some more for the top, which is why I had the egg white there. Yeah, so now what I'm going to do is just kind of fold all this together. And if you could only smell this right now, just like Christmas all over again. I'm really curious about the cinnamon chips, actually. I don't normally add them, but I'm sure they're going to add such a special little thing. I'm super excited. That's it. So simple as that. What we're going to do now is take this and yeah, fill up our muffin cups just like that. So yeah, just I probably should have done that with the raw egg, but it never killed us growing up. I have, hold on, with my mess again, I need a giant counter, which I have on the other side, but I can't do videos on the other side. So, here are my lime muffin. Aren't they the cutest? These are corridori select tulip shaped baking cups. I normally buy Dollarama ones. These were on sale at Home Hardware. They're regular $9.99 for $2.99. I don't think I'd ever pay $9.99 for, you know, liners that you go and throw in the garbage. But yeah, I thought they'd be special for today. So, what I like to do is take my ice cream scoop and I'm just going to start filling these cups. And I find that the ice cream scoop is just like the perfect amount. Try and keep them upright where they're a little higher, these muffin liners. I have on occasion filled these with cream cheese as well. What you would do there is take like maybe a half a block of cream cheese, put an egg in there and a little pinch of sugar, beat it up and whip it up I should say. And when these are like halfway done, pop them out the oven and quickly just top them with the cream cheese mixture and pop them back in, and they bake really, really well. Getting there. If any of you guys ever have a recipe that you'd like me to try too, I'd absolutely make it up for you. Yeah, not a problem. And I'm always looking for new recipes or something new to eat, or, you know, suppers, same old all the time, you know. And it gives me something to do. Not like I don't have too much to do anyway. Yeah. And these are going to rise a bit with the baking soda, the baking powder, and the eggs. So yeah, so I think one scoop is probably enough. Now, I will take this now. I'm going to lay this aside just so you can see what I'm doing with the rest of it. Got my egg whites here. I typically would have bought a little whisk with me, but I never. It's in my jar maybe. Oh. Here we go. So I'm just going to lightly whisk those egg whites. And try not to spill it everywhere. And what I'm going to do now is take some pumpkin seeds. And I'm just going to, yeah, I'm going to put them right into the egg white. Take a couple handfuls so I don't have to keep repeating. Yeah, I'm just going to mix them around like this, just to coat. Can you see? Just coat it a little bit. And I'm going to take a spoon, but I'm going to drain off the egg white. Like, you're not going to put a big pile of egg white on the top. But yeah, I'm just going to put a little tiny bit on the top of each one. And they'll spread out a little bit in the oven, I would imagine. And if they don't, you could take your spoon or your fork or whatever and do it yourself. Got my recipe on the floor. See that? I make these so often I didn't even need the rest of the recipe. Wonderful. Now, done. Just like that. What I'm going to do with these now is play around with the seeds on top. No, not really. I'm just smoothing them out a little bit. I'm going to show them to you now so you can see. So try not to tip it too much. So the muffin mixture is to the top of the pan, let's say, and then they're going to rise up inside. They're going to go in a 350 degree oven that I had preheated for about 20 to 25 minutes, or until a toothpick inserted comes out clean. And yeah, that's it. Enjoy. I'm going to let you go there and finish filling my cups. And yeah. yeah, I hope you enjoyed the recipe. I hope you're having a beautiful day. And yeah, if there's anything you want me to cook up or show, or you want to share a recipe or anything else, you can comment or you can message me privately or whatever you want. I have people message me all the time, so it doesn't matter. Whatever is easy for you. Okay, I will talk to you soon. Bye.